Coming up on today's Airborne, the Senate prods the FAA on the creation of a pilot record database. Buchanan Field Airport is set as the starting place of the oldest air race, and the FAA approves the first commercial UAS flights over land. Welcome to Airborne on Aero-TV. I'm Ashley Hale. U.S. Senator Charles E. Schumer has attached language to a pending transportation funding bill that would require the FAA to provide a status report on a proposed pilot record database. Congress requested that the FAA create the database following the Flight 3407 accident near Buffalo, New York. It was found that the pilot of that flight had reportedly failed several flight tests before being hired by Colgan Air, which said it had no way of knowing about those test results. Schumer said that the database is, quote, a huge part of our effort to make air travel safer for all passengers because it pressures regional carriers to hire the most qualified pilots. The FAA has been far too slow in getting this database off the ground, and that's why I supported including language in the Transportation Appropriations Bill to get them to pick up the pace by forcing them to report to Congress on their progress, end quote. Buchanan Field Airport in Concord, California, will be the start of this year's all-female pilot air race classic, which spans 2,338 nautical miles. The race will be held June 16th through the 19th, and racers will make 10 intermediate stops in 4 days en route to New Cumberland, Pennsylvania. The race is an annual event in which pilots race against a predetermined handicap speed and an FAA type certificated small airplane of their choice. The Air Race Classic carries on the long tradition of women's air racing that dates back to 1929. Air racing became popular in the 1920s, but women pilots were forbidden to race against the men in that era. So the ladies started their own. The race attracts competitors from all ages and regions of the world, and collegiate teams make up nearly 20% of each year's racers. You're watching Airborne. We'll be back after these messages.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Aero-TV, Airborne, our website, or our podcast, drop an email to news-spy@aero-news.net. The FAA has given approval for Energy Corporation BP and unmanned aircraft system manufacturer AeroVironment to fly an AeroVironment Puma AE for aerial surveys in Alaska. Tom Patton reports.
It's the first time the FAA has authorized a commercial UAS operation over land. The FAA issued a certificate of waiver or authorization to survey BP pipelines, roads, and equipment at Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, the largest oil field in the United States. AeroVironment performed the first flight for BP on June 8th. Using the information generated by the Puma's sensors, BP hopes to target maintenance activities on specific roads and infrastructure, which will save time and support safety and operational reliability goals while helping to protect the sensitive North Slope environment. For Airborne, I'm Tom Patton.
With some 2,000 Aero-TV programs webcast to cyberspace, sometimes it can be fun to look back and enjoy some of the places we've seen, the flyers we've met, and the planes we've flown. Here's a look at one of our favorite Aero-TV classic episodes.
There's a lot of things going on in aviation, and in FBOs in particular. The economy in the last couple of years has taken many airports that used to have 3 or 4 FBOs, and now they have 2 or maybe 1.
The success of a GA airport often depends on the FBO. In this video, Jim Campbell talks with Bob Showalter to get the scoop on this critically important industry. Search for Bob Mr. FBO on Aero-TV's news channel. If you want to fly a powered aircraft that does not have to meet FAA certification in the U.S., the only way you can do it is to operate it as a single-place ultralight under FAR 103. The problem is, with a maximum empty weight limited to 254 pounds, it's hard to comply with the rule. It looks like the rules in the United Kingdom are aimed a little more towards less hassle and more fun. Their CAA, which is about like our FAA, has recently changed rules to allow an uncertified single-place airplane to actually be doable. The new UK Microlight single-place aircraft weight limit is based on maximum gross weight, not empty weight, and it's a whopping 661 pounds. It also does not restrict fuel quantity and allows an achievable maximum stall speed. You're watching Airborne. We'll be right back.
ADS-B will be mandatory for most aircraft by 2020 in the United States. But you can benefit from ADS-B today with the Bendix King KT-74 Mode S transponder. The KT-74 meets the global mandates for ADS-B out when attached to a suitable UAS GPS. Finally, the extraordinary story of the world-changing X-Prize space competition is being told and illustrated with hundreds of insider photos in Jim Campbell's colorful new book, Beyond the Blue. Journey with Jim as he flies formation with spaceships, plays in zero gravity, prepares rocket racers, and documents the amazing first decade of the personal space race. Available this summer. Get your advance order in now by checking out www.kindredspirit.com.
Welcome back. Records have been set for the highest jump and the longest free fall, and the newest variation of skydiving includes the donning of wingsuits, which were introduced in the 1990s. But this is the first record we've seen that has to do with a lack of oxygen. Various sources reported that a new record has just been set, although we cannot confirm who recorded this record. A Swiss man named Remo Lang leapt from a hot air balloon at an altitude of 26,200 feet. It's reported he glided a wingsuit for about 5 minutes before deploying his parachute and landing safely. However, it wasn't just the jump or the wingsuit that set the record. It was the lack of him using any supplemental oxygen that made it a record setter. It was reported that Lang's team said he prepared himself for the jump by taking in oxygen from a tank intensively for half an hour before the jump. Only at an event like EAA AirVenture Oshkosh can you hear news that 12 additional acts have been added to their airshow schedule. It's rare to find any airshow other than AirVenture that even has a total of 12 acts. Stand by for some exciting times. These acts feature a wide variety of aircraft types piloted by expert performers from wing walking to formation flights. Unique aircraft ranging from a microjet to vintage and modern biplanes, warbirds, and more. EAA's daily air shows are sponsored by Rockwell Collins. Afternoon air shows are scheduled to begin at 2:30 p.m. daily. Wednesday and Saturday night air shows are scheduled to begin at 8 p.m. All air show performers will not fly every day, so be sure to check for performance schedules on the EAA AirVenture website. Well, that's our program. Remember to get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories at aero-news.net. Remember, Airborne is streamed 3 times a week and is always online. Join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for a new edition of Airborne. I'm Ashley Hale. Thanks for watching.